Did you enjoy your visit to DangerPoint?
We thoroughly enjoyed our visit to DangerPoint. It was great.
Yeah, we had a really great trip to DangerPoint a few months ago. It's always nice to take children out of the normal school environment because it opens up opportunities that you just can't replicate in the classroom. So yeah, we had a great day.
Absolutely loved it. Yeah, it was a really, really good day.
Yeah, we loved it. That's the second time that I've personally been. It's so informative, the kids are fully engaged and they get so much from it. It's a great hands-on experience for them.
Which activity do you think was the most effective?
Mae'n siŵr, neu gweithgareddau oedd fwyaf effeithiol, oedd y rei fwyaf rhyngweithiol, y rei fwyaf interactif, o plant yn gallu gweld be oedd yn digwydd mewn bywyd go iawn, neu gweld y perygla.
Most effective is possibly the one with the railway train, and they're sitting inside that, and then the bus one, sort of the outdoor, the road safety and that kind of element of it. Just because I feel that they have got quite a good awareness about what goes on and what the dangers are in their own homes, but it's taking that outside that really makes a difference for them.
I think it depends on your setting really. Obviously we're based here in Penryn Bay, which is a coastal location. We've got the beach on our doorstep and many children often visit the beach. So for us, I think specifically the beach safety was particularly relevant to our children. There's a really good section as well on knife crime. That was unexpected, which I wasn't expecting at all, but there was aspects of thinking, oh, will this be appropriate for our ranges? Because I've been with the previous school about 10 years ago with a year 3 class, but I was really happy with the content, and it was appropriate for the age range that I teach.
We did get quite a lot out of the road outside. That was good for.
I think the house one really gets them thinking because that's their situation. So it's current to them, and there's things that perhaps they don't think about. It's somewhere that they visit every single day. The dangers within the house, like putting straightness on the bed or the wires being tangled. I've got potential hazards.
Are there any areas that you think we could improve upon?
Well, it was so hands-on and practical. If there was just any room to add things, that would just be a bonus, because everything was really. There were lots of props and lots of things set up, so that was really nice. The kids appreciate looking at all the hands-on stuff, so if there's any more of that, that would be good.
I thought they were probably a bit less engaged with the one in the boat, the water ones. Maybe they look a little bit dated as well. There's the one, is it with the pipes, the floods ones? Yeah, I kind of felt they were a bit less engaged in that one, but also I suppose as well the flood, it was a smaller area for a whole group to sort of look out and work on.
I think from what I remember, the only thing I would say is that perhaps real life situations outside, being so close to Talacca and things like that, I mean, I know the risks would have to be assessed, but could they go outside and perhaps actually do stuff in the real world? Yeah.
Prior to visiting DangerPoint, had the children been taught any of the topics covered on the visit?
No. We've done first aid, but obviously that doesn't really link with yours. Not in the depth that you taught it to them, no.
We've the younger year groups have worked with the RNLI as there's a lifeboat station in Llandudno, but we've not done anything in as much detail. They'd be much more generic, the aspects that we focused on. So it was great to have that specialist information in each zone.
Not agencies. We do it as part of our PHSE sort of sessions, and if there happens to be an actual situation which occurs which we feel that we can learn on from a whole school, then perhaps we might put something into our learning, but we don't have any external agencies coming in.
Do you think that pupils have been made more aware of dangers and have benefited from their visit to DangerPoint?
I think so, because when they came back from their visit to DangerPoint, they were speaking highly of the visit, and they'd recalled quite a lot of information from their trip. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just, the road safety, being out and about, they're getting to that age now where they're going off exploring by themselves, so just making them aware of situations that could arise and the consequences of those situations and their actions. DangerPoint gives them that in a hands-on approach.
Definitely, I would say 110%, and particularly, like I was saying, things like the water-related safety, how to be safe on the beach, which is a huge thing at the moment with children going out and sort of getting out there in the hot weather in the summer and things. The road safety, the practical side of it, but also in the shops as well, because children, as they're getting younger, are going out and they're sort of investigating the world and how they're using money, things that they could buy, things that they can't buy. So the shop, I think, is a really good addition.
Yeah, especially ar-line. Because I think ar ôl, da ni wedi ymweld pentre Peryglon, da ni cario ymlaen efo gwersi, bod safe ar-line.
100%, yeah, absolutely.
Have you had any feedback from the pupils or parents following the visit?
They were very positive coming back. They were buzzing, going out, telling their parents, telling the other peers when we arrived back at school what they'd been up to, and their siblings on the yard. I've noticed through their conversations things like the road safeties made them more aware of the dangers out and about, and they've mentioned to me, such a body's been doing this, such a body's been doing that, we've told them this, we've told them that, so it has impacted upon them.
O ran adborth gen y plant neu teuluodd, dwi'n gwybod bod plant wedi bod adra ac yn sgwrsio efo'i rhieni oedd efo larwm tân, ydyn nhw yn testio i larwm tân yn rheolaidd. Felly dwi'n gwybod bod y plant wedi cael sgwrsio adra efo'i rhieni am y tripiau. O ran adborth dwi wedi cael gen y plant, pob dwi'n weld i mwynhau a di dysgu rhywbeth o'r ymweliad.
Lots of the children will actually come to DangerPoint. They'll realise perhaps elements that are missing in their own homes, for example the carbon monoxide detectors or the fire detectors, or they'll they come in and they'll say to us, well, we were at home at the weekend and we noticed they were training flexes, so they're actually going home and educating their grown-ups as well, which is even better.
The kids all seem to have enjoyed themselves. We did some working class on it, and they seem to have really enjoyed themselves.
But they've been great around school with us, whether that's like things with even just from Chromebook trolleys, electricity, making sure the plugs are turned off and all that kind of thing. So yeah.
Do you think the pupils prefer learning about dangers at DangerPoint or at school?
Definitely at DangerPoint, 110%. I think because it's so hands-on, it's so engaging and it's so varied. The activities are short and sharp. They're given enough time to be able to do what they need to do and to get the learning. And they're having that recapped all the time throughout the stay there as well. So yeah, definitely DangerPoint.
100% DangerPoint. Like I said, taking them out of the normal school environment is something that you just can't replicate in school.
DangerPoint. Yeah. Again, I think it's so practical and hands-on. The setup there is really just, it's very visual, isn't it, for kids to see, so I think that's where they get a lot more out of it.
Bendant yn pentre Peryglon. Fel dwi'n dweud, maen nhw'n teimlo fatha bod nhw yn ei ganol o, chwedella bod rhai o'r plant mae'n rhoi gweld rheilffordd neu bod nhw ddim wedi bod mewn sefyllfa lle maen nhw wedi bod yn parc ar ben eu hunan o'r blaen. Felly mae bendant cael mynd i weld pentre Peryglon a sut mae pethau wedi cael ei gosod gynnach chi, bendant yn fwy buddiol iddyn nhw.
Absolutely DangerPoint. It's much more fun, much more hands-on, practical than in a way that we could do it within school, and it's nice that they can break up into smaller groups, move around. Yeah, hands down DangerPoint.
Why was the visit to DangerPoint arranged?
I think even if it didn't link in with the curriculum, because it's real life stuff, I think it would still be so important that children do access DangerPoint and learn about it, because there are so many children that don't access all of that. And yes, it is a yearly thing that we do, and we obviously select the Year 2 children and the Year 6 children specifically because it has like a big impact for them and the things that they do. I know that, it's just always going to be something that we do, I think. Great.
Yeah, it was, with the new curriculum, it's all about life skills, and obviously DangerPoint teaches them those things. It's a lot more hands-on than we could demonstrate it within school. So it ticks loads of boxes for us within the curriculum.
Yeah, we were quite fortunate that the head teacher enabled us to go. So it wasn't specifically on our plan, but it following on from the meeting, we went through and it's ticked off so much of the curriculum for us. Aspects such as health and well-being. It's been really, really convenient for us, both in terms of the curriculum and also just the general day-to-day knowledge that the children need, the real-life practical information that's crucial for them.
Do you think it's important that funding is available to help towards the cost of a visit?
Mae cyllid yn hanfodol i helpu ysgolion enwyn medru ymweld. Chod, da ni'n Sir Fôn, felly bysa'r bus yn costio swm sylweddol.
The fact that it's funded as well in the current climate in schools was a major plus, because we struggle to go out on trips now with the costing of things, and the fact that DangerPoint helped towards the transport cost as well, and there wasn't much for them to pay, is just amazing.
Yes, but also I think parents would be very willing to give to it as well, because they probably recognise how important it is, so they'd be pretty willing to give to it. But yeah, we have cuts every 3 years, so every bit of funding really does help a lot as well.
Do you have any other feedback?
Really enjoyed it. In terms of the organisation, it was the easiest trip to organise because the buses and stuff like that was taken completely on my hands. We were fortunate to go in January as well, so it sort of broke up the year really nicely. So no, we'd definitely like to go again, and fingers crossed we can arrange that.
I hope that the continuous year groups get to go.
I always leave there feeling like I want to stay there longer, and I think it is because it is so engaging and it's so worthwhile for the children.